Yay! Made it through without screwing nothing up.
You got it this time. You got it this time. Yay!
Good Lord. Me and electronics are not seeing eye to eye. But
All right. Well, it happens. It happens. I'm fighting
yeah.
with it all the time. I'm fighting with it all the time. Well, hey, everybody out there.
Hello. It's okay.
Rainey's here.
Anywho, how is well? Yeah, we are. I'm not gonna bring it up. You just make sure you can dodge and stick a move if you have to, type thing. You know the deal.
Right. Yeah. Because anybody who's watched me since last night, I have been very sick. Um, um, I didn't know exactly what it was. I didn't know if it was the vid or whatever it was. But I think it was food poisoning. Because my mother ate the same thing I did yesterday, and it
Mhm.
started getting her late last night. I'm not going to say where because I can't talk about it on YouTube.
Yeah, no, nope.
But yeah, it's been very exciting. Nice way to spend the time off. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, yeah, exciting. That's it. That run.
Right.
That's what it is. Is that run to make it? Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay. We don't have to remember anything anymore because I took all the lineups and I put it into the actual show description down there. Okay, so I'm not going to say it all, guys. Y'all want to know what the weekly show lineup is? It's down at the bottom underneath the contact us portion, okay, of the show description.
Yeah, it became too much to remember. I can't remember all that.
I,
I just
I
can't
can
remember all
remember it.
that.
I can remember it, but I'm going to skip something eventually. So,
Right, right.
so I mean, yeah. Well, hopefully you get feeling better. Hopefully all this stuff runs through you relatively quick.
Oh,
No
I know,
guarantees.
I know. I mean, it's starting to calm down, but I still have a moment. Um, just in time to go back to work tomorrow. Yay!
I shouldn't be laughing because I don't have to work tomorrow, so I'm not. This has
I
been a 4 day
know, I
weekend
know.
for me. I'm
Yeah, a
kind of
lot of
happy
people
about
are
that.
working tomorrow, and don't brag.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I would. Never mind. I don't know why you. I'd say. Okay. Well, last week I said we were going to try and get to Scotland, and I have been. How can I put this? I have been breaking my brain cells on every Reddit column, every Google search, every Getty image, every short of going through YouTube stuff, which I don't think they really do a whole lot over there on YouTube anyway. But I can't find anything actual evidence related to Germany, which I wanted really to find something on the Black Forest because the Black Forest is one of those places. If you've never been there, that's one of the places that you really look inside yourself real quick because there's just something about that place. I don't. I mean, you're thinking grim fairy tales, and you're walking right into the lair of the beast right there.
Right, right. Well, I used to live there, so I know the place is haunted. I mean, I've been to so many places. I know they're haunted. Um, I just can't imagine not finding anything.
Yeah. Uh, and that's what really gets me because we've got all the stories. I mean, it's like Land Between the Lakes. You got all the stories and all the folklore and all the everything you could ever think of from word of mouth and stuff like that. But there's no actual evidence of anything. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
There's
Right,
really no photographic evidence for you to go out and examine, other than what you guys actually found when you go or when other groups
right,
go.
right,
But it's not out there for the layman to go out and find. So
right. Exactly true. Exactly true.
so
You
that's
know,
like I mean, don't yeah. I mean,
I don't get it because I
it
know. I mean, we
yeah,
talked about Dachau and all of that. I mean, how could it not
exactly.
be haunted?
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt in my mind. And there, like I said, I looked up Dachau and Auschwitz. Well, I mean, we were looking across them too. There's
Hmm.
stories at the yin yang, but they don't allow quote unquote ghost hunting in them. So anybody that takes pictures is part of a tour group. So
Exactly. Yes.
so it's going to be one in a million if you get one that actually wants to put it out there and see what they. Hey, this is what I caught in Dachau or in Auschwitz. So
Mhm.
uh, I saw John over there. John, yeah, I got your pictures. I think I sent something back to you on email. I'll talk to you more about them a little bit later on today, though. As far as that, Germany, love Germany. Good Lord, I love Germany. They drug me kicking and screaming out of that place. I'm telling you, I spent 4 years there. I did a in place continuous over or an extension for an extra year. We did three originally. And I stayed for the fourth, and they said, "Nope, you can't stay any longer." I was like, "I don't want to go. I don't want to go. There's beer here. I like this
I
place."
don't want to go. Right?
But so it was fun. If you ever get stationed, as far as a military person, if you ever get stationed in Germany and you sit in your barracks and don't go out and see those places that are over there, you need to be punched in the forehead. I'm gonna tell you straight out, 'cause it's all there for the taking. Just go do it. It really
That's a
is.
little harsh, Randy.
Well, I actually had soldiers over there did that. They went from work back to their room and went to the club on post, and that was it. For 2 years there, never went and saw anything, never did anything. We did the what we call the party train. Party train goes from wherever you're at to Munich for Oktoberfest. And
Mhm.
then outside of that, you've got so many wine tours. You've got the Rhine River has what's called Rhine of Flame. You get on there
Mhm.
and they light up all the castles that are along the Rhine River like they're on fire. And you're just like,
Right.
this is so cool.
Right.
But
Well, see, I only live like 45 minutes from the French border itself. So,
Spangdahlem area?
no, I lived in the Ramstein area.
Oh, you were Ramstein. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was only about
Ramstein Air
45
Base.
minutes. And to
Yep.
get to Paris was like by bullet train was only like 4 hours. So, I mean,
Yeah, if that. Yeah, if that. But hell,
yeah, it's
I never went anywhere as far as Paris or anything like that. I stayed in Germany the whole time. We went to the Netherlands for the New Year's of 2000 for the turning of the millennia, but that was it. I mean, I had everything I wanted in Germany. So
mhm. No, I spent my time. I'm all around Germany, of course, but
yeah,
um, I did spend a lot of time in other countries while I was there. I mean, it's just like driving state to state, really.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, you could have gone. We went. Now I do know my wife went to not Poland, but the Czech Republic. Went to Prague.
Mhm.
So, I mean, like you said, it's like going between the states, you just keep on driving. And we were,
That's right.
so anyway, so I'm out of the way now. I'm done reminiscing because I like those kinds of days.
Right, right.
Uh, okay. I went out and I did find some stuff to play with type thing. I
Well,
got, well, that didn't come out right. Never mind. Um,
yeah, I was just gonna say, well,
I found some
but
pictures.
I mean, by the title, who the heck knows? I mean, I
Well,
don't
you
even
never
know.
know what I don't know what I'm throwing up here half the time, but this one's going to be a little interesting because this person did this in 2016. They were 13 years old. Them, and their cousin. I don't know if it was her or him. Uh, excuse me. And their father did a haunted house tour at Plastig in North Wales. They walked around the grounds and had taken their phone cameras open and off the chance to see something or whatever. When I saw this through my camera, I froze. I looked away from the phone into that direction. There was nothing to be seen. We had already done the main house tour, and this was at this point I was very skeptical. So I'm gonna bring it up right now, and then I'll read more. Okay. Now with this one, I'm gonna zoom it in so you can see what they're actually looking at. I know what they're looking at, but I kind of think I already know what it is. But the guy says, that he didn't see it when he went. But of course, you're going to get a little bit of I should not lightning, but a little bit of a augmentation through your cell camera anyway. Um, but the road outside the mansion, it says, was also haunted by a gray lady or some crud like that, and that's what this was supposed to be something from. They said they had a real oppressive feeling when passing this area too. So now, if this is the case, he said he hopes to visit it again, but now it seems to be that it's closed to the public right now. Okay, I kind of see where he's looking at. But
Where is this again?
this is in North Wales in England.
Okay.
So I look at this and I'm thinking there's a statue on the other side of the tree over there. Kind of what it looks like to me. But can I say that for sure? No, because it's out of color for everything else.
Pull it in closer.
Coming up more. Now you're getting to where I'm about to start talking. Do you kind of see what I'm seeing with the tree?
Now, right. Is that like a cemetery that's overgrown? Is that what we're looking at?
That's about what you're looking at right there. It's like a memorial garden slash castle area.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think you're spot on, Randy.
It's either that or there's something wrong because I mean you see how dark it is here, and but that looks like I don't want to say David, but that looks like a basic headstone statue slash memorial type statue that you would see in any of the old style cemeteries, especially old world cemeteries like this. But
That's what I'm seeing. I mean, I'm not seeing that it was a double exposure. I'm not seeing
mm-mm.
that it's been inlaid. I'm seeing that it, and by the posture that it's standing, does it not remind you of a statue? I
Yeah,
mean,
it looks like somebody with his arms out, kind of like the way the statue of David is, where it's up and he's kind of looking down to the side a little bit, and his arms a little bit outstretched here. Of course, with David, the other arm's up here somewhere, and yeah, it kind of looks like that kind of a statue, just kind of a, I don't know. I mean, it just,
the posture on it looks like something that we've seen before, like you
yeah,
said, in statues and things like that.
yeah.
Mm,
Here's my
I'm
other question though. As I zoom
okay.
in further, you see how the tree now this I fully believe that this is a tree or a tree or shrubs behind this actual trunk because I think there's a little bit of a break right here as you can see because what this does here with it being lined up right here with this trunk and then this spot right here, which I think like I said is shrubbery behind the actual tree trunk. It looks like it was laid in almost. You know what I mean? Because this could easily be mistaken for the trunk of the tree.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think it just because to see the little bit of a difference in the tone of this and the tone of the tree, I think this is actually behind it. I think it's ground
Yeah,
cover behind.
yeah, I think so too. And I think that if it were tampered with, we would be able to see pretty much
Yeah,
from the full picture if it were tampered with. I think that this is a statue behind a tree.
yeah. Now, like I said, he said he didn't see nothing, but that doesn't mean anything. And you see, if you're looking at the full picture like that, we've obviously got a light source up here. I don't know if it's the sun, I don't know if it's the moon, or I don't know if it's a street light type thing.
It
But
might be a light. It might be just like a regular, like a street lamp.
and if it's shining through those trees and those limbs at the right angle, that would illuminate that actual statue to look kind of like that. I would think,
Right,
depending on what
right.
the statue's made out of.
Now I'm
Let's see
thinking,
what you got.
no, I'm pretty much still in line with what you said. I'm sure that that is a statue. That's what it's looking like to me. Like that, that maybe they didn't figure it out or didn't notice it there, or the way they were standing, the shadows were different, and then when they
Yeah,
took the picture, then you know, um,
I mean, because you can look right here at this. I'm gonna say this is a fountain. I just say this is a bird bath type thing or whatever right here. If you look at the stones that are inlaid right here, it wouldn't take much for them to have the same luminescence as what that statue back there would have.
right.
So I think it's just a play of light that's illuminating a statue behind the tree.
I think so too.
Now I've
I
got a
think so
second
too.
one of it. I don't know if I can't remember if they. I think they blew it up on this one. Oh, it was lightened a little bit. This was earlier, or the second one of the series is what they said. So it was during the day. Now, if you look back there, you can see for sure this is behind the tree.
It still looks like a statue to me.
It looks like a statue to me as well. I do believe that 100% that that's, and it doesn't say whether this is a lightened, quote unquote, but I think it's just a spot where the sun, I think the sun is coming out a little bit more over the trees right here, or setting, or maybe the other one was setting more. I can't tell because, that looks, quite frankly, a little bit darker.
But it's honestly a very dark picture for daytime.
Yeah. That first one was for sure.
Yeah.
This one looks more like maybe this one was taken before the first one we looked at. It didn't tell me obviously when I downloaded them, but if that one was taken before this one, I could see that where if they're, especially if they're facing west, the sun goes behind the trees a little bit.
I don't know. That's just
A little bit weird. A little bit weird on that
yeah.
one.
Go back to the first one.
Okay, going back to the first one. It looks like this one's almost the other one in zoomed in a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. I think it's the same exact picture.
Let
Because
me.
if you look
What?
at the light illuminating
Yeah.
on the side of it,
Yep.
like on the left side going down,
hmm hmm
and
Right
then you
here.
watch it being lightened up, yeah. And
Let's
then
see.
if you
We'll
look
go
at
to
the
that
next
next one.
picture,
Got more of it. And
yes.
I was
So
looking. I was trying to trace these. I want to see if these change at all. These limbs. Let's see if those change at all. I don't think they really do. I think it's just a little bit more luminance, more luminescence, because I really don't think they change. I'm trying to look
yeah.
real quick, and
Yeah, I think they
yeah,
just didn't realize that maybe that statue was there or something,
that that's kind of what I'm
or maybe
thinking.
they
So,
did, or maybe they did, we don't know.
and they're on a like I said, they're on a haunted castle tour, so they're
Mhm.
looking for something. They want to see something. So
They wanna see something, and that'll make you honestly see things that are really not there.
yeah, and and
It
I can understand why they would freak if they looked at it and froze and wanted to see it again. But when you take your eye away from the camera, there's no doubt in my mind you're going to see that statue back there.
right, right. I think that they were wanting to see something.
Yeah, and it does. Now, don't get me wrong. Standing back and looking at it, I mean, if you don't know
It
a statue's back there and don't look at it close enough, yeah. Hey, what's that light thing doing back in the middle of the woods there?
exactly, because it does stand out. It does stand
Yeah.
out.
Yep. It sure does. So this one, I can't say it's a definite misinterpretation. I think is what it is. A
I
misidentification.
think so too. I think so too. I think that they, just didn't realize that there is a statue back there because that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I think so too. So okay, well, we're gonna file that one into misidentification. I won't even break out the tinfoil on that one because it's just I think they really tried to find something that they
They
just
really
didn't.
tried. Yeah, they tried.
Okay, so number 3. Now this is where I ran out of all my fun. No joy
Uh-oh.
from this point onward. So this, hey, I went out to Reddit and just started looking. Okay, I got no information on this whatsoever. The only
Oh,
information I got off
no.
of it is the Reddit user wants it debunked. That's all I know. So I think this is one I blurred faces. So yep, I blurred faces, but I didn't do the evil blur. Okay, I didn't do the evil blur.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Because that last one you did last week, that scared me more than anything. You couldn't take your eyes off of that. I
I
was
was
like,
trying to make
ew.
sloth. I was trying to make
Right.
sloth. Anyway, so this where I found this at. This guy really wants this debunked because they don't. I'm not going to say they don't believe in it, but they don't want their kids to be having anything attached to them, and they don't want to deal with this. That somebody that is kind of really fearful of it and doesn't want to mess with it, doesn't want to acknowledge it, don't want to. That's what they want, and I don't know.
Well, a lot of people are like that. They're like, "Tell me
Yeah,
this isn't real."
and I don't know if I can on this one, honestly.
Well, let's zoom in and see what
Okay, no red
if we
circle
can
this
see
time,
anything.
so do you know where we're looking at?
It looks like down towards the middle of him there.
Right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you what a couple of the actual Reddit commenters that were stating, and they were actually one guy was all about this thing because of the black eyes and the black-eyed children and so forth and so on. He was all into it and giving full experiences, full um, accountings of stuff that had happened to him with his family before, and about the the black-eyed kids meant to them. So when he saw it, he immediately thought of it. And he actually put some pictures out there, but they were kind of iffy at best. So I didn't want to go get them because I figured we talk about this one long enough.
Right. Back it up a little.
Coming out.
Wow. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah. Is it a play on shadows? If it is, it's a really weird play on shadows.
or is it something on his shirt?
He don't have a shirt on.
All right, back it a little bit more.
See, he does not have a shirt on at all.
Is that thing discolored? Did
A little
somebody
bit.
tamper with the photo?
I don't know. I could not find anything. And when you zoom in, it looks like you could have had something kind of maybe overlaid in here, but I don't know what. You know what I mean? And I don't show any signs of actual overlay or double exposure or anything like that. Now, where his other I'm assuming his other arm is over here behind the little girl. He's obviously got the little boy right here. That's definitely not his hand.
There is something wrong with this picture. It's like it's been tampered with.
You think so? Because I can't
I
tell. I
I
can't see where the
honestly
tampering.
look at his skin tone. Period.
You gotta remember, don't look up here because this is all
No,
blurry
no,
for me.
I'm
So
talking about look at his shoulder, how it starts to darken down in there, but yet
yeah,
look at his arm is not as dark as his shoulder, the one around the child. It's
yeah.
not as dark as the rest of his body.
It's like this whole area was darkened out somehow, right?
Darkened. Yes.
And I can't how they did it, I can't tell because normally I'd be able to tell any kind of tampering due to the faint, even no matter how faint it is, there's still be a faint little line around stuff, because here's his leg, here's the leg, here's the other leg. I don't know what could have caused this to darken out like it did.
I can't
Here's
either.
here's the one thing I was thinking about when I was looking at it because I thought about the same thing you're thinking about. I said because I couldn't find anything that would say something about it. No, sorry about that. Gary, that's his shoulder's not in front. Her head's actually there. I just blurred this area, so it looks like his shoulder's in front. When I blurred her face, it what happened with it. So, but I think we talked about this on a Hill House picture once. Is this thing starting to manifest, or has it manifested during it and was gone after?
I don't know.
Because I can't find an actual spot. The only thing that would come close would be right here. There's a little bit of what might be considered maybe an overlay type thing, where the images kind of come together.
Yeah.
But usually when we see this, I see a lot more of a defined spot or line or something like that. And of course, it's made with probably a crappy cell phone at God knows when.
Right.
I can't say yes, I can't say no because, like I say, normally I can see where it would be overlaid on or where it would be tampered with.
The only other thing that I can think of now, I could be wrong, but see, we don't know anything
No, yeah,
about
we know
this
nothing.
photo,
We know nothing on this one. So
is that maybe he has a tattoo?
that was a thought too. I mean, that very well could have been as well. But then we're
And
still
then
talking about that darkness. I mean, we're still talking about that darkness. That I don't know.
it's awfully dark. You know what I'm saying? His skin tone looks different from
Yeah,
his arm to his leg to his shoulder. I mean, something about it doesn't look right. So that makes me think
yeah,
that somebody's tampered with it. Now, regardless if they tampered with it or not, is the face still there and they just darkened it up so you could see it? That's what I would like to know. I
yeah.
don't think that this is the original.
Probably not. I would bet money that it's not. But like Roger, and I'm gonna put Rogers up there real quick. I mean, he's 100%. It very well could be if it was an older camera, but they just didn't tell me that. I got no information on it. So that was my
Right.
issue is without having any information on it. I'm assuming at one point here, I'm kind of assuming that it's a digital photo because when you zoom in, you get a little bit of pixelation, but not like what you would get with a regular photo. So I'm thinking this is a scanning of an actual film photo
Right.
because I don't get the normal pixelations.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. It's freaky nonetheless. But on this picture, I cannot definitely say yes or no to it.
no,
Just
I
because
can't
I'm
either.
not seeing anything that would say that it was put there. I'm seeing something that could say that it was manipulated, but I don't think
Yeah,
anything was inserted. Um, I'm
yeah,
I'm gonna go with I don't know. I
yeah. I
I
have to go with
I
that
just
was as
don't
well.
know because this
Yeah,
one's weird.
because when I went looking at it and before I blurred her face, right, you could see
Hmm.
his shoulder went behind her, so he's leaned forward, and it looks like his arm's right here. So his arm is probably at his leg or right behind her torso right here that she's leaning into him.
Right.
Is my, just like a brother would have with a sister or aunt uncle type thing. You lean in for the picture and they got their hand on your backside like that.
Right. So you've seen this person's face. I mean, do they
Yeah.
look older? I mean, in
No, he
their
looks like a teenager. He looks like their older brother or something. Is what he looks like.
oh, okay, wow. All
It's
right,
not an
no.
older man.
Okay.
It's a kid. It's a kid.
All right.
I
So
say
that
kid.
takes
He's a
my
teenager.
tattoo out. Yeah, that takes my tattoo out.
He now he might be old enough to have a tattoo. I'm talking about 18, 15 to 19 type time
Okay.
frame. So,
Okay. All right. Well,
so it
you
could
know,
be still, but I first of all, why would you get a tattoo like that?
I've seen some tattoos, but I'm like, that's a little scary. I don't want that on my
Yep,
body.
yep.
I've
Um,
I've seen tattoos that are very similar to
oh
what
yeah,
he has on his body,
yeah.
or what's showing there. And not that he has on his body, we don't know. But I've
Okay.
seen tattoos that are very kind of crazy looking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Many times. How many of the vampire slash devil tattoos have you seen with the tongue and a wrap around the head and so forth, so on?
and the skulls and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
So
and even Day of the Dead photos,
yeah,
the tattoos, we've seen tons of those. Um, oh
yeah,
gosh, I don't know. I'm gonna say I'm gonna leave that one to I don't know. There
yeah.
looks to me to be a little bit of manipulation.
And it very well
Um,
could be.
but I don't know to what extent.
And because of the way it's done here, I mean, as you look here, you see the boy sitting on his knee. The other
Yeah,
knee, it looks like he's kneeled down on it. You know what I mean? The knee's
yeah,
on the floor and he's behind the little girl.
yeah.
So Like, Moon, it very well could have been manipulated. We just don't. I can't find anything with this picture to verify for sure that it was manipulated. Does it
Okay.
look wrong? Yeah, it looks wrong because with this picture you should see more of his chest here, and you should see
Yes.
more of his leg and those shorts because the shorts
Yes.
obviously have that yellow liner right there. I can't see it on there. It's blocked out by this image.
Right. So,
So
well, we're just gonna put it out there on the fence.
yeah, that's all I can do is put it out on the fence right now. So
Yep.
it is what it is. Yay!
That's
We
right.
found one. We found one that I didn't know anything about and still don't know anything about. Yes.
Right. Right. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
I didn't break this guy's stuff out, but this one, this person, it didn't give me a date on it, but they took pictures with their mom's phone when they were 14 years old. It wasn't a bad one, so it's okay. We don't have to blank anything out or any of that crap. But when I looked at it, it's a series of 4. You know how when you take your little selfies and stuff, and
Yes.
especially in 2000, when I don't know when it was, but when he was 14, you take 4 or 5 and you just do them, right? Well,
Right.
he did that. I don't know which one is the first one in the series, though.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Now, here's the other thing. As I zoom in on this upper right up here, I want you to look at his neck and his face. I probably should have waited to show this, but the reason I asked that, look right along here. There shouldn't be anything there. It should be
No.
white, kind of like
No.
what that is right there.
You're exactly right.
This looks almost like the wood grain behind on this side.
Right.
So it immediately makes me think there's a superimposing, or there is they're putting that black image in there.
Yeah. That's what it looks like to me for sure. I
But
mean, let's
they
go
did a
down
good
to
enough job.
where let's go
This one,
down to the one where it's still there, where it's still what
right
we
here,
would call manifesting. Yeah, let's zoom in on his neck right there.
and it's not that other part is not there at all.
See, look, it goes over his neck.
Uh-huh. And covers up his little bit right here.
Yep. Yep. So, right there,
Yep.
ladies and gentlemen, is the
I mean, look,
first tinfoil of the night.
yeah. Well, and even look, he did it on all the pictures. All right, he did it on all the pictures. This one up here has got the little V notch essentially in the shirt right here, right?
Right?
V notch right here, V notch right here, flattened out right there.
I'm just going to say, I don't even care about that part. All I'm saying is that the third photo itself that we're looking at,
This one,
ha- yes, it's actually blocking out part of him.
yeah. So
So,
I mean, you
there
see
you
the neck
go.
right here. You see the neck right here coming down, and then boom, it's curved in.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. So, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that these are all 4 different shots, obviously, and he might have turned a little, might have done something, but you don't just lose curvature and muscle that much. You know what I mean? And it looks like
Well,
this might
you
even
know,
be flattened out right here in the first place. I don't know.
okay, all right. Now I gotta say something. I gotta say something. Now Snapchat has this thing where they can do these photos, and
Yeah.
they'll take one picture of you and give you 4 different photos in the same shot.
Yep. Yep.
This is what it's looking like. This is what it's looking like to me. That it's a Snapchat type of filter thing
Mm-hmm.
that produce these images because they have the ones where the cat's sitting on your shoulder or on your head or whatever, but it blocks out some you know that it's not real. That's what it looks like to me. I'm gonna say Snapchat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go
So
Snapchat
I'm with
because
you on
that
that one.
is, yeah, that is
I think it's
not
completely
real.
hoaxed. I think it's
Yes.
somebody wants some clicks, is what it is.
Right.
So,
Yep.
well, that one was fun. Yay! I thought it would take a little bit longer before it happened, but
Oh gosh, no. As soon as I wanted to see that third picture, I knew it was over.
yeah. And I looked at him 2 or 3 times. I was like, "Well, this kind of," but then I started looking at the side of his head right there. Like, come on, dude. At least if you're gonna superimpose it, make sure it goes all the way past your neck and you get it kind of hidden. That
Right.
gets away
Right.
from all the crap. So, but
Right. Yeah.
oh
To me, it's a
well.
Snapchat filter for real.
Well, I tried. It is what it is.
Right.
Okay, I got the my fifth, sixth, and seventh photos. They're kind of a little bit of a series. They're not really a series, but they're supposedly of the same room. Okay, and this person, they go on vacation. They try to take a ghost tour wherever they go. So once again,
Mhm.
we're talking about somebody that wants to see something. Okay, this was out of Louisville, Kentucky, though, in 2014. They went to this place. I don't even think I got the actual name of where they went. But the fifth one, number 5 here that I'm about to show you, this is the one his wife took. Okay. This is it. Just a room, and you got the little white pillar and all that stuff right there. That's all there is to this photo. Now they said they took this same photo right here and they lightened it, added a little light. I don't know how you add a little light to a photo, but other than enhancing it, added a little light, and they come up with this. I don't know what the reasoning was behind it. It's quite simply. I mean, they enhanced is what they did. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
the
They
same
they
photo.
they just
Nothing changes.
they lightened the photo,
Yep.
and you clearly see that it's the same photo.
Yes.
I mean, it is spot on.
hmm Pillar hasn't moved one bitch. None of the
No,
none of the
nothing.
cracks have moved. Nothing has moved. But when they
Okay,
lighten
so
it,
let's. Yeah, yeah, you can lighten it. I mean, you can add some contrast and lighten it.
yeah,
Um, let's look to see what's in the room. Let's zoom in on that. I have, wow. Okay.
that's obviously whatever's going on behind. There's a wall, or some. I'm assuming that's a wall anyway. And then I don't know if it's due to lightning of the photo or whatever. I mean, you could look at this and see 20 people in that group if you
I
want to
do
get right
see
down to
20
it.
people. The one that sticks out to me is the one staring straight at the camera.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, okay, at first, because she draws your attention right away.
Right.
But I noticed in the comments on this one out on Reddit, looking at it, I was like, well, people are talking about that. Why are they not seeing, if this is enhanced like the rest of it, why are they not seeing these other figures back here that, you know, you could say yes, you could say no. They're up to interpretation all the way, obviously, but you've already lightened the photo, so let's look at the whole thing. Why? I don't get why somebody would just bypass those and go straight to her, other than just it's the obvious.
John asked a good question. Why did they lighten it unless they expected to show something?
Exactly. That was my first question too, because I'm gonna show you all the next photo, but I don't know how it's not the same picture, it's the same room with light in it, quote unquote. I don't know how, because this is it. I don't see a pillar. I don't see anything. I don't know if I'm looking at a bathtub. Am I looking at a shower? What am I looking at here? Because
I
I can't
can't.
tell.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right, Randy. It does not show anything that would constitute evidence. You know what I mean? It would be
No.
one thing. It would be one thing if you were standing at the same angle, taking a picture of the same way with the light on. That
Yeah.
would be different. But
So
how?
this one, how can I say this is the same room? I don't even see the same pillar, you know. So
Yeah.
that
I-
that got me. So I'm like, okay, this is just a throwaway because they just threw this out here trying to mess with people, I think, or not necessarily mess with people, but saying, hey, I took a picture in here. This is what it should look like. Well, it
Right.
was a
It's
crappy
one
picture.
thing. It's one thing if you know what it is. But if your
Exactly.
evidence cannot show point A, point B, point C, you've got to throw it
You can't.
out because
Exactly.
nobody else will know exactly what you're looking at. So you
Yeah.
have to have it. If you're going to take this and throw it out there as evidence, you have to have your ducks in a row. You
Yeah.
have to
Every
be
bit of
able
it.
to let people compare and to look to see what this is. This means nothing to me.
Yeah. And they just put it with it, and literally the caption on it was like I'd said. Let me see if I can bring that back up. The same room, you can see there is light. Sorry for the blurry bits. That's all it was with that one. And I'm like, guys, that thing does nothing to help me. This right here could be anything under the sun. This one right here.
R-
Now, don't get me
Right.
wrong. She's freaky looking.
She is. I'm not going to lie about that. She is a little freaky. She scares me a bit.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you
I'm,
can see the hair.
yes,
And this, did I say what year it was? Let's see, 14, right?
I think you said that. Yes.
Yeah, Louisville, Kentucky, 2014. Okay, I'm sorry, but the hair I'm seeing, that's not from 2014. That looks to me almost like a 70s style haircut or
Well,
hairdo.
uh,
And I know I'm being
uh,
picky about it, but still.
well, and I'm going to tell you this, Randy. There are some ladies, especially a lot of ladies in the 80s. We're just going to go with that didn't lose the hairstyle. They found a
They still got
hairstyle
big hair.
and still kept the same cut, same thing. Little bit
We still got
different, but not much.
we got big
Um,
hair out there. Is that what you're telling me?
right. And I'm going to say this. My daughter's grandmother has the same haircut that looks like it. She never changes it. It's the same
Yeah.
haircut, you know.
So
And I mean, that doesn't tell me much,
no,
but
no, no,
she's freaky sitting right there. I'm going to give it that. I'm going to give it that. I cannot say that this is ghostly evidence, but I'm going to
no.
say it's a weird one. It's strange.
I mean, and I know he said his wife took this one or whatever. This one could easily be somebody sitting in there as part of the group, and then when you lightened it up, you caught her. The only thing I say you don't have any eye shine at all. You should have some sort of eye shine if it was an actual person there. I would have thought, even with IR or just that basic little. There should have been something in the eyes that gives it a little bit of
Yeah.
shine.
Well, Freaky says, "Do I see a stuffed wolf?" Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, we don't know. It's
Well, I don't
hey,
know.
I'll go call Donnie in here and get him to make sure it's Dogman. Okay.
Right. Yeah. At this point, I'm gonna say I can't believe this evidence. I'm not gonna say it's not
I
real, but it doesn't give me anything that I would
no.
say that it was real because John brought up a good thing. Why would they lighten it up if
Yeah.
you literally
Exactly.
have a black picture? You're not going to lighten it up to that. You're not
No.
going to get that. It's going to be
That's why.
black and stay black.
Yeah. I mean, you can lighten it all you want, but if it's black
It's
to start with, it's just going to
it's going
stay
to stay
black.
it's going to stay black. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah, you can't put more light in a room. Yeah, it's going to stay black.
So
So,
yeah,
I'm just going to
I've
say
been
I'm going to say
yeah
this is something else. They presented it wrong or something here. I'm not sure what they did.
yeah I'm tinfoiling it because, like I said, she just looks too almost. I shouldn't say perfect for it, but she looks like she is there, knows the camera's there, and is you know they did
Right.
something to lay these together or did something to get this. And I can't tell you what it is because obviously there's no sign of any real tampering at all. So how did
No,
they lighten
there
up, or
isn't.
did they take another picture at that same spot with a little bit more light?
Because I've done it before of taking a picture and I'm um, oh shoot, the flash didn't come on, or oh shoot, night vision's not
Yeah,
on, and
yeah,
corrected it and took another photo. And I just don't think this is laid out right. I couldn't count this
no,
as evidence because there's nothing
nope.
to give me that thing that says, hey, this is evidence.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I can't. Nope. I mean, I would discount it right off the bat if I had to quote unquote lighten it or tell somebody I lightened it when really I really believe there's no way you lighten that picture.
No.
And I'm going to zoom in where she should be right here. Now, on my screen, I can see a little bit of something there, but I still can't lighten it up enough to add light into that room just by
Right.
lightening it up. To do this one, now that would have to have some sort of external light source, IR, whatever, to make that
It's
come out.
it's gonna have to have something. Even night vision's not gonna pick up in a totally dark,
Nope,
dark room
it's got to have
without
IR.
it. Yeah, it's got to have a light source. So there's some sort of light source that wasn't used from the first photo to the second photo.
Yeah, yep. So yeah,
So
unless
for
you took
them
a
to
picture
say
with
they
knowing
lightened it,
people.
yeah, I've
Yeah,
never seen that. I would like to see that.
yeah. I already took it off. I was ready to take it off. Dadgummit. Whew. Interesting. I was
Right?
looking at John's comment. Unless he took the pic knowing people were there without the flash. Yeah, I mean that's a. But still,
Or
he,
without night vision or whatever they
yeah,
were using at the time. Absolutely.
yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna say no bueno,
No bueno.
no
Hmm.
bueno. Okay, so that gets through that, and then I'm on to my last one now. I'm gonna get past these now. I'm on to my last one. This is the backstory. These photos, it says photos like were taken in like 2005 with a really crappy shoot digital camera. My sister just got one. It was just her and her friend Tommy in her room at the time. The photo to the left was taken with a flash, and to the right without, within seconds of each other. In the right photo, you can see clear as day, blah, 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 blah. And I'll let you figure that out when you see it. Then he said growing up in their parents' house, they always had strange things happening, noises, things being moved, stuff like that. So we already got somebody that's thinking that he or she is in a haunted house to start with, or has grown up with spirits at one point or another. So this one, it kind of was funny when I looked at it, because I brought it in. I was like, the one with the flash. I mean, I'm looking at that. Of course, he says 2005. It looks a lot older than that to me, but um,
Okay, so let me just say this. It's two different photos. If you
yeah,
look
yeah, they
at,
said that.
yeah, so if
They're
you
two
look
photos taken within
at,
seconds.
right,
His head on this one is leaning
so
further in.
why,
I know
so,
that.
okay, so what is the red mark and the whitewashed photo? What is
This
that?
is what I don't know. I was gonna ask you because they put it right here. It looks like a reflection of some sort right here on the door. Now, quite frankly,
I guess that's where the face appeared in the next photo.
I'm guessing, but when you take a picture with a flash, you see how blurred he is. He's in motion when this was taken, and it looks like they're kind of shaky, judging from how blurred the tiger frame is. But if you take the flash, you're gonna have some sort of light anomaly, especially on a shinier surface.
I don't know.
My other issue is it looks like the it really
Why
looks
is there
like
so much blue pigment in the second photo? That's
That
my
one,
problem. That is way too much blue pigment, even for digital.
yeah.
Even for digital, that's too much blue
In
pigment.
'05, yeah, in '05, this should have been a lot clearer. This, I'm sorry, quite frankly, I think somebody walked in the frame. She's not transparent. You took it without a photo or without the flash, and you can see her whole torso and the darkness of her blouse or dress or whatever she
Yeah.
had on.
So why are we just circling the face? That's what I'm trying to figure
Exactly.
out. Because they've got what, according to them, would be a full bodied apparition.
Yeah. And you see how close his head is to this, and it's a different angle. You see, they move just slightly. There's no doubt in my mind they move just slightly. But this really looks like somebody came across the backside over here, and it very well could be right here where she's starting to come in.
Yeah, you're right there.
So, like I said, they said that the quote unquote nothing was there. I'm sorry. This to me is just looking at it looks like somebody walking into the frame. Could
Well,
it be something like that? Yeah, sure, but it's too easy to recreate. I'm sorry.
you're right, because I mean, you got half the figure standing there.
Yeah. So I mean,
And you've got to think about this too. I mean, look at the clothing he's wearing. So
yep.
he's wearing like a sweat jacket or a hoodie in the house, so it's got
Hmm.
to be cold.
Cooler, yeah, for sure.
So I mean, could this be grandma coming across, walking through,
That's
walking on the other side of that?
kind of what I was thinking. And like Freaky's got it right. I mean, how does one take a picture with a flash and without a flash so quickly if they're within seconds of each other? And you're dealing with an early stage digital camera. Okay.
Grandizer says that grandma photobombed the picture. I believe that's true.
Right. Yeah.
I believe that's grandma photobombing, and that's just what they caught. And then with the flash or without the flash or whatever they did at that point, that blue pigment is way too much.
Yep. And like I said, in '05, even in '05, a digital camera, because if you look now, this is not digital to me, other than what they put here with the. You can see the difference where they put the arrows right here and the line. These look like TV lines to me. They don't look like pixels.
You're right. It looks like a screen of a screen.
Now you can't see it as well over here because of the flash part, but you can see he's blurred, and he's blurred on both sides, really.
Yeah.
Whereas he's not over here, and neither is the tiger.
Yeah, and it does have lines running through it. So it looks like that it was taken on a computer screen.
Yeah, it was either taken on a computer screen or this was a film of some sort that they took. They tried to digitize.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's what I'm thinking, Randy. I'm thinking that there's somebody else in the room. Not
yeah,
only that, it's like if you look at the black shape coming into the picture, the one that's whitewashed,
yeah,
um, you can definitely see that
yeah.
figure is pretty, it's not short.
No, it's standing over him like she's ready to smack him in the back of the head. In fact, yeah, Freaky said it right. Hey, lady, don't look happy. Boy, you better
Right.
get your butt up and get to work. That's what it is.
What
So,
are you doing in here? Yeah.
what's that?
But I mean, with the clothing, I mean, you could say that it kind of looked like a period clothing or whatever. But to
Yeah,
me, there's no telling what she has on because look, he's wearing a hoodie and stuff. So she might
yeah.
have a shawl on. She could have, a
House
big old
robe.
house robe. She could have all kinds of stuff on. So I'm
Yeah,
I'm gonna
and judging
say
what, yeah,
this
I'm
is a
with you.
no.
Yeah, this is a no, 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 no. Because I mean, I just zooming into her, she's not transparent. She's blocking everything out. She still has lines going through her, other than obviously where the arrow and the circle are at.
Yeah, you
She's
can
got the
see her
same line.
glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's looking right at him like, "I'm about to smack you in the head if you don't go out and do whatever I told you to do." That's
that's
mama
right.
getting ready to lay the law down right now.
Or like, "What are you doing sitting on my bed?" Or
Yeah,
whatever,
exactly. Or or she made me look at the TV he's looking at, who knows?
Right.
So, okay, I'm glad you said it the way I saw it. I just wanted to make sure because I second guess myself nowadays just cause.
Oh, no. No, and again, if it is real, we can't count it as real because of what's going on. When
Yeah,
you start to manipulate your photos so people can see what you see, you've
yeah.
got to be very careful that you produce the original that you can see something in, and then the enhanced photo. You really have to.
Ooh, grandizer. Talk about thinking outside the box.
Well, that's true, but
The
but
reason he's not supposed to be there is because grandma's about to come in and smack him in the head, tell him to get his butt outside and do his chores.
that's right. Go do something because she is not happy.
Yeah, you're right.
She's
She
not
ain't happy.
happy.
She is looking at him like, "What in the heck are you doing here?"
Yeah.
Type thing.
Now, if the guy is not supposed to be there, then we've got some photos, everyone.
Yeah,
We
no
have
kidding.
got some full bodied
Yeah,
apparitions right here.
full and there. You could walk up and smack him. He might smack back,
That's
but
right.
still.
That's right. I mean, you could reach out and touch that guy. But anyway, but I mean, it's good, and I see,
Yeah,
but
I think it's just
you can't
yeah.
again produce that as evidence. You have to
And here
show more than that.
and here's the thing. Once again, this was out on Reddit, and it had the little spiel that I gave with it, and stuff.
Hmm.
But the more I sit there and look at it, the more I think about it, the Reddit user that put it out there probably went out somewhere and found it somewhere and then brought it in. And you can see he or she might have actually cropped a full picture and cropped a full picture and then put them together after adding the tint.
Right. You just never know. Like I said, I mean,
No.
when you're out on the internet, there's a lot of stuff out there that is just it's hoaxes, people. They're hoaxed photos because somebody
Yeah.
just wants to put something out there and say, "Hey, this is real," because they just
Clicks and
want
likes.
that. Yeah, they want the click to like thing. So, I think
Now,
it's
what am
so
I saying that for? I'm trying to do the same thing, right?
eh, well, it's just kind of like you can't put that out there as evidence. It's got to have
No.
more to it. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to have a series of three, a full-on video. I mean, I've
Yeah.
got like this. I've got a full-on video of where that the lights were turning on and off in my garage,
Hmm.
and I actually get up and I go around and I go out in the garage and flip on the full-on light,
Yeah.
and the overhead light, and then immediately the other light stops blinking, going on and
Yeah.
off.
Yep.
I mean, I do have that. I mean, it's like 5 or 6 minutes long because I'm home by myself and I'm like, I'm trying to get, it's in the middle of winter and I'm trying to get something on my body to go out in this cold garage. And yeah, I do have it. I mean, it's from start to finish.
Yeah. Why haven't you brought it
And
so
then
that
I
I
go
can
out
start
there
beating
and
up?
I'm messing with the garage door lights, and we
Hmm.
go to the third one, you can clearly see that it was shut off with no power going to it because I don't use it.
Yeah. And then why would it come on then?
Exactly. Exactly. And it's done it twice.
Yep.
Twice, but has never done it again.
Wow.
Just
You,
twice.
your friends like to play with you. It sounds like.
Oh yeah, they do. They do. And there's things going on here, but I mean they're not scaring me. I think they're out there playing. I think they just do stuff I don't.
Mischievous.
They're not malicious.
No.
They're not malevolent. They're
Hey,
not,
let's see.
whatever.
Let's see if we can make them squeal. Watch this.
Right. Can we make her scream? No. Here we go again, people. Got to think of something else later. You
It's all
know.
right. Now, don't challenge them. Don't pull a text and challenge them. All right.
Oh gosh, not in my own home. It's like
Uh,
opening up a can of worms in your own home. No, no, I'm
yeah,
not
because I can
doing
hear
that.
one of them. I can hear one of them going, "Okay, hold my beer."
It's, hold my water. That would be me.
But
But no, I mean, I don't try to, like I said, I don't try to open that can of worms, but I do try to debunk what's happening because hey,
yeah,
to say if for number one, if I had a faulty wire, which I don't, if I had a faulty wire or something that could cause a fire, this is why it's going on and off, blah blah blah. Who knows? I want to make
hmm
sure of those things because I don't want to dismiss it. And then something
exactly.
bad
Yeah,
happened later that could have
gotcha.
been totally avoided by just debunking the problem.
There you go. Yeah, I
So,
mean, hey, whatever works works. I mean, people say, "Oh, we're going to debunk this. We're going to debunk that." Sometimes you just can't debunk stuff. Sometimes you have to sit there and just start eliminating stuff because you can't recreate it, and then you got to figure out what am I missing. There's got to be something
exactly.
I'm missing. So
Exactly. Exactly. And
that,
that's just what you have to do. So,
yeah,
I mean, these things are good because then if you're trying to get evidence, you have to get more. You can't just get the happening and then it's all gone.
yeah, no, you have to
You're
try and
going
get
to
as
have to
much
show
as
us
you
a little
can.
bit more. You show us how you debunk it or how you didn't debunk it
Yeah,
or give us something else because just one little 10-second blip is not going to show us anything. It's just going to say, okay, well, something happened, but
yeah.
what? Can we
Well,
call it paranormal? We don't know.
well, and that's like when and I talk about this movie all the time. That Sir No Face documentary we've talked about before.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about it all the time because when I was watching it, of course, this was a Jason thing. Jason and Tex were like, "Oh, you got to watch the second one." Well, why aren't y'all watching all three of them? All three of them are a series. Watch the first one first. And I'm telling you right now, the first one is a case study and a full blown how to of how to do a paranormal investigation slash debunking. How to
Right.
go at the witnesses, how to actually, interview them. This this guy, and I hate to say it, he was part of a certain show that we don't like to talk about originally, but he left that because of the same reason other people left. So we'll leave it at
Right.
that for that.
Right.
But he said straight out, he took these people, and this happened in Australia. They immediately, after he got the video from them, he goes down there, starts interviewing the entire team, asks every one of the team the same thing in different phrases and different wording about 40 times to see if anything changes. Nothing changed. He went in
Mm-hmm.
there and tried to debunk it. He had people come in and they literally did everything exact camera, exact lighting, exact time of day, and had somebody go back into the area where they captured it and tried in white clothing so it looked like he was white. And you can tell it was one that is the best show of any kind I've seen to show you how to do a proper
Mm-hmm.
investigation.
Right.
So
Well,
that's why I fell in love with it. Then the next one he starts calling it a gray. So yeah, there we go.
yeah, there it is. You got to follow the whole thing. I mean, but it
Exactly.
it is very interesting. It is very interesting. Um, but anyway, what I want to remind everybody before we sign off is check out Randy and myself, Paranormal Paul and Donnie Cho on Wednesday nights. Yeah, it'll be on the Blondes and Booze channel, but it's called Paranormal Show and Tell. It's kind of like the same thing, but we're digging more into the story than the
Yep.
actual evidence. And then we talk about all kinds of weird and strange stuff. And if you didn't watch this last Wednesday show, go back and watch it.
Oh
Go
yeah, that
back
was
and watch
interesting.
it
That was a fun one.
because
That was a fun one.
right, we did the Amityville house, but we didn't go into the Lutz family and everything that they
Nope.
encountered. We went back to the Defoe family where it all began,
Yep.
and we dug into the family dynamics and everything that happened there. And yeah, they had problems from the get go.
and
So
stuff we didn't know about. Stuff we didn't know about until Donnie brought it up. I mean, honestly,
right,
I'd never heard
right,
it till that thing. This week we're
right.
doing uh abductions. That's what I'm doing. Abductions.
Abductions
Wasn't
and aliens. Yeah, we're
it?
gonna we're
Yeah.
gonna take some of these alien pictures and photos, and we're gonna dig into these stories. So you never know what we're gonna find out.
Yeah. Never will. I don't know. Anyway, yep, Moon. I will email you back here in a few. I'm going to take a look at that stuff here in a few minutes, and we will see what we can do with all the fun up and coming. Now, I'm going to try again this week to see if I can find something Germany related. Because, like I said, there's so much in Germany. It's not even funny. I
There's
cannot
got
believe
to
there's
be.
not
There's
any rack.
got to
There's
be.
got to be something.
I
But it's
mean,
just it's it's
I
it's
know,
frustrating because there's so
I
many
know.
of the caricatures out there and the artist renditions and this and that and the other thing. It's not real evidence, and it's killing me.
Right,
Oh,
right.
my brain
All
is
right,
turning to jello.
that's all right. Well, thanks for everybody for showing up. We appreciate you coming in. You know, we always have a lot of fun with this because it helps Randy and I stay on top of looking for evidence and things like that.
And
Because
not getting
as you know,
sucked into stuff.
if you watch Blondes and Booze or any of the other shows on Texas Front Porch's team lineup, you will see we have actual um, ghost things happening.
Oh yeah, we've caught
So
EVPs on the air all the time.
yeah,
Well, I say
and
all the time, at least
there's
three
just
times.
things. Yeah, right. So you got to really take care. Take care of your evidence and make sure that you're not tampering with it too much. Just lighten it enough to show what you have to show. That sort of thing, and make sure you show how you debunk it or try to.
Yeah, yeah, that's the biggest thing. Try and debunk it at any time. So,
Right. So everybody stay tuned. In 1 hour, you can watch Infamous Minds on Texas Front Porch.
mhm.
I don't know who's going to be on that tonight. I think it's
Danielle and Monica, from what I understand.
all right. Danielle and Monica will be doing that. Tex is out of
Yep.
town. He will also be out of town tomorrow night also. And Monica and I are taking over his channel.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. I'm gonna show up with poles just to poke y'all. So anyway,
I know. Anybody can show up. Anybody can show up Monday night. Jump on,
all
hop
right.
on. We'll just go amok.
Oh dear Lord, that never mind. I'm not showing up. That's gonna be trouble.
All right, everybody.
All
We'll
right,
see you
guys.
next week. Truth or
See ya.
Tinfoil, 5 p.m. next Sunday. See you later, everybody.
Bye.